So we have an average speed question where we are looking at two different speeds that were driven, both for 30 miles each, and we're looking for what was the average speed of the whole trip. Now, obviously, if we just did a straight line average of these two, we would come up with 45 miles an hour. But I think like just having an idea of how hard of a test this is, it's pretty obviously not going to be 45 miles an hour. And the way that speed works when you average it is it's actually a weighted average. And so it's a weighted average based on the amount of time spent at each speed. And the more time you spend at a speed, the more that's going to weigh your average. And so that's a little bit of a technical look at it, but I want to show a different way to think about it. And so I'm not gonna fully draw out that weighted average. That's for a different video. And you can always check out our other videos to learn about how to solve weighted averages. But it's pretty easy in average speed. What we want to solve is average speed equals total distance over total time. And the total distance here we know is equal to 60 miles. And what was the total time? Well, if you're going 30 miles per 1 hour for 30 miles, that's going to take 1 hour. And if you're going 60 miles per hour for 30 miles, that means that you're going to only need half an hour to drive the 30 miles, which is 0.5. Because I can drive 60 miles in an hour and I'm driving half that far, which means it's going to take me half as long to do it. And I would recommend getting really familiar with speed equals distance over time, which means distance equals speed times time, which means that time equals distance over speed. And having all three of these formulas on the side when I'm doing speed, distance, time equations helps me stay organized. It might sound stupid and simple, but it really helps you avoid big mistakes. So if we look at this fraction and we bring it down, we have 60 over 1.5. And that's the same as if I had 120 over 3, because I can multiply the top and bottom by 2. And now I'm dividing numbers that work really easily together, and I'm going to get 40 out, and that represents 40 miles over 1 hour, or 40 miles per hour. And that is answer choice B. Because we spent more time driving at 30 miles an hour, we spent an hour versus half an hour at 60. The weighted average is going to be closer to 30 than it is to 60. It's lower than 45, which was the straight line average. And that's the logic behind this question.